Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's presentation. I'm excited to share with you a topic that might just save you some trouble in the dating world. Today, we're going to talk about the 7 types of girls you should avoid dating. We'll explore each type briefly and why they might not be the best match for you. So, let's dive in and learn what to watch out for. Understanding attraction and red flags is crucial because, at the end of the day, everyone has their own preferences. Some men might be drawn to a woman who is soft and feminine, while others prefer someone athletic and adventurous. Some might find themselves attracted to a woman who is thick in the right places, while others might prefer someone slim and elegant. Maybe a man values a partner who's a master in the kitchen, or one who's a gym partner capable of squatting more than he can. And here's the thing, every man's taste is different, and that's exactly the point. Attraction is deeply subjective. There's no one-size-fits-all, no universal ideal woman. What appeals to one might not appeal to another. That's perfectly normal, and it's part of what makes relationships unique. But despite all that diversity, there are some traits that most healthy, self-respecting men find completely unattractive traits that are toxic, really. And that's what I want to highlight today. Because you can be with the most stunning woman in the world, but if she displays any of these red flags, your peace of mind, your masculinity, and your dignity could be at risk. So ladies, I want you to take notes. And gentlemen, I want you to listen carefully, because these are the red flags that should alert you. These are the 7 types of women you should definitely avoid dating. Recognizing these traits can save you from a lot of heartbreak and protect your well-being in the long run. All right, let's talk about the woman who might be called way too bougie. Every man, at his core, wants to make his woman feel special. But here's the thing, there's a fine line between having standards and feeling entitled. Sometimes, women can cross that line, believing they are above everything and everyone around them. For example, her paycheck is never enough. No matter how much you earn, she still feels it's insufficient. Your birthday gifts, not trendy enough for her taste. And your efforts, they often go unnoticed or unappreciated. The key point here is that she doesn't love you for who you are. Instead, her love is rooted in what she can gain, status, lifestyle, or financial benefits. If love has to be bought, then it's likely that she's not truly there for you, but for what you can provide. This kind of relationship, where gratitude is missing, turns into a transaction. And men, the most important part, if you're in this kind of situation, it's okay to walk away. Because real love isn't about material gains, it's about mutual respect and genuine appreciation. Let's talk about missing, too insecure. Insecurity is a very human trait. Everyone feels it at times. But when insecurity runs unchecked, it can turn into chaos within a relationship. This is the woman who might accuse you of flirting with the waitress just because you're ordering food. She constantly needs reassurance of your love, almost as if she's seeking validation at every turn. And she tends to see competition in every other woman, which can create ongoing tension. Her paranoia, if left unchecked, can become a kind of prison for both of you. If you find yourself living blindfolded, constantly walking on eggshells just to keep her calm, that's no longer love, it's emotional suffocation. Now, the key to confidence in a relationship really starts with confidence in yourself. If she lacks that solid foundation, she might always see you as a threat rather than a true partner. Recognizing these patterns helps us understand how insecurity can undermine the trust and balance we all need to thrive together. All right, let's talk about the woman who might be called ratchet and reckless. She's loud, she's aggressive, and she's always ready for a fight. The problem is when she acts like that, who really pays the price? You do. Because she tends to start conflicts that you never asked for, whether it's at clubs, in public, or even with strangers. And sometimes over nothing at all. Her mouth writes checks that your body has to cash, so to speak. It's important to understand that a woman who lacks self-control isn't just risking her own reputation. She's putting a man's safety and future on the line as well. True masculinity is about protecting, but a feminine woman shouldn't invite danger just to seek attention. When boundaries are crossed, everyone suffers, and it can undermine the stability and respect that are essential in any relationship or community. So, this slide highlights the importance of maintaining composure and self-control, especially when safety and reputation are at stake. Now, let's talk about a serious red flag: when she disrespects you in front of everyone. Jokes and humor are great, they can bring people closer. But there's a fine line, and once those jokes turn into moments of embarrassment, humiliation, or even betrayal, it's a sign that the relationship is already on shaky ground. What this woman might do is brag about your flaws in front of your friends, share private issues publicly, or even use disrespect as a form of entertainment. It's important to recognize that behind closed doors, she may love you and treat you well. But in public, she diminishes you, and that's not acceptable. A woman should be someone who amplifies her partner's respect, not erases it. Respect is the foundation of any strong relationship, and if that's being chipped away in front of others, it's a warning sign to pay attention to. Remember, true respect and dignity should be consistent, regardless of the setting. Let's talk about the danger of focusing solely on sex in a relationship. Sure, sexual chemistry can be incredible, but if that's the only thing holding you together, then ultimately, there's nothing really holding you together at all. This woman here is a perfect example. She can't have a serious conversation without turning it sexual. That's a red flag because it shows a lack of emotional depth and the inability to connect on a meaningful level beyond physical attraction. She also has no emotional depth or vision for the relationship. She's using intimacy as her only form of value, which means she's equating sex with worth, and that's a problem. When that happens, you're not really bonding. You're not growing as a couple. Instead, you're just escaping reality together, which is superficial and unsustainable in the long run. Remember, a high-value man is looking for a woman with substance, someone who offers more than just desire. He wants a partner who contributes emotionally, intellectually, and spiritually. That's what creates a solid, lasting connection. Trust is really the foundation of love. If she's willing to lie about the small, insignificant things, it's a warning sign that she might also lie about the bigger, more important issues. When someone lies for convenience, they're often trying to avoid trouble or conflict, but that pattern can quickly become a way of life. And lying for attention is equally problematic. It's like seeking validation through deception rather than genuine connection. Sometimes, she might even lie when telling the truth would be much easier. This kind of behavior, manipulating reality, can really damage your sense of emotional safety. When you can't trust what she says, it's impossible to feel secure in the relationship. Love depends heavily on trust. Without it, the relationship turns into a guessing game, trying to figure out what's real and what's not. And let's be honest, men generally don't play games with their hearts. We want honesty and transparency. If that's missing, the whole foundation of love begins to crumble. Let's talk about what I call the control freak dynamic, which is arguably the most dangerous one. It happens when a man, perhaps unknowingly, hands over his power, and then a woman begins to misuse it. This isn't about love or partnership, it's about possession. This woman may decide who you can see, control where you go, and keep you on a tight leash, almost like a child. And here's the harsh truth: often you find yourself complying. Not because you truly want to, but because she demands it. A healthy woman understands and respects her man's autonomy, his brotherhood, and his leadership. Respecting boundaries is crucial. Control, on the other hand, is not love, it's possession. And if you lose yourself trying to keep her, trying to meet her demands, you've already lost her in the process. It's a powerful reminder that true partnership is rooted in mutual respect, not control. Let's talk about the so-called perfect woman. First off, there's no one-size-fits-all blueprint. Everyone's idea of perfection is different, so instead of chasing some ideal, I want you to remember one simple rule. The perfect woman for you is the one who brings peace into your life, not pressure. Men and women are meant to complement each other. We're not here to compete, control, or consume one another. True partnership is about harmony, understanding, and mutual respect. Before you go searching for your dream girl, ask yourself something important. Would the woman I want actually want the man I am right now? It's about self-awareness and growth. Self-respect is key here. When you respect yourself, You naturally attract respect from others. The right woman, someone who's soft in love but strong in loyalty, will come into your life when you start demanding better for yourself. So focus on becoming that person who values peace, loyalty, and self-respect. That's how you find a connection that's genuine and lasting.